This can't get any worse.
Don't say that.
Yeah. It just got worse, George. It's so hard to say goodbye, to say goodbye.
Too bad review.
Once you get a bad review, you don't know what to do.
Hey, is that Boys and Men?
I think so.
I love Boys and Men.
Man, I love them. Ladies and gentlemen, we had just completed a job in the great city of Dallas, Texas, our hometown headquarters. And we took our F550 with the 12-foot bed and 6 square yards of trash to a job site, and we charged the customer how much, George? $300. Well, our boy Mason sent me an email right after we left. I'd like to read it live right now, really quick.
He gave us a review, 2 thumbs up and everything.
Yeah, he gave us a review on our YouTube video. And, well, apparently he didn't like something, but I'm going to read this from Mason. Just some quick feedback, if you don't mind. I love your company, Ricardo, the way you interact with you and George and the prompt and the communicate well. You guys have that down, and I know it's difficult, but maybe in your line of work to give a price up front, that would have been a lot helpful to me. Or maybe just an hourly price, because today's load was kind of pretty simple. It was only cardboard, florist refuse, and it took about 30 minutes. Would you agree with that?
30 minutes.
Ricardo, if I'm speaking honestly, I feel that the $300 that you charge me is a bit unfair for what you charge me. There are other companies charging $90 an hour plus a city dump fee of 10 bucks. If I would have known this, I would have at least made a different decision. I think the $300 is pretty high. I like you guys, and I want to continue using you, but is there any way that you can give me an indication of what you're going to charge me before you start work? Because last time, and he makes a great point here. This is a great point. Last time you told me that a pickup load is $100 or less, maxed out $100. I think that's kind of what I expected. Anyway, just let me know your thoughts. Thanks, Mason. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, and he's a customer of mine. I've been to his house 2 or 3 times, and
Good guy,
great guy,
wife.
great wife. His wife,
house.
yeah, his wife's a florist, and she does other stuff. And apparently, he works in the financing department of something. But you know what? That's got me thinking. George, isn't your truck an F-150? So let's put it to a test, because guys, ladies and gentlemen, the F550 is still loaded with
all this stuff.
All his stuff, because we did the job yesterday.
Last job yesterday.
Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna load the back of your F-150 with his trash. Because listen, guys, the point about it is that we didn't show up with an F-150 to do his job. We showed up with
The 550.
an F550
Flatbed.
And we're gonna load the trash that he gave us, because he assumed that a pickup load is $100.
Pickup.
A pickup is a pickup, and it's not true, guys, because if you show up with a flatbed and it's extended, well, it makes a difference. So here's what we're gonna do, guys. Let's take a look at this unloading. Let's go.
F150 versus F550 load capacity. We're gonna put this trash in this truck to see how much it is.
All right, guys, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start to unload the F550 into the F150 to prove to Mason that, well, this is $100 worth and this is $300 worth, because this is what he actually got charged yesterday. Am I correct, George? Now, we're gonna exclude a few things that I know will not fit in the truck, and that's gonna be the bike and the 2 boards that we're just gonna toss off the side. So you'll see George toss those off. George, get rid of those to eliminate them right now. And just to let you know, this social experiment that we're doing is gonna take us time when we should actually be at a job site, right, George? Yeah. Right. Here it goes anyway. Let's knock it out, George. right, guys, we filled up the F-150. All right, there's over 12 bags and 3 cardboard boxes in. At this point, it is totally maxed out. George, how many more bags of trash are in there?
I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know.
Will we just give me a count really fast?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can see 5.
5? So there's 12 in the truck. So there's actually 17 bags. Am I correct?
Ish, yeah.
Yeah, 17 bags-ish, because he doesn't want to dig. And let me talk to you about something, George. Just by looking at the F-550, how many more times would the F-150 fill up this vehicle?
4.
Yeah.
5.
Yeah, maybe. This is just a majority. Now, I'm going to show you something. We actually didn't want to overfill it like we overfilled the F-550, but I'm going to show you something, guys. The F-150 has $100 right now. We did not mess around. We actually tried to fill in all the gaps. We threw a few cardboard boxes up there, but look, everything is full. Okay, we did not mess around. This is what we consider right here a $100 right here. This is an F-150 with a 6-foot bed and 2.5 feet high bed, which is actually considered 2 yards of trash, where this truck holds 6 yards of trash, which makes a big difference. Now, I also want to show you that we didn't even put the bike in or the 2 8-foot walls that go on here. Now, each one of those wall weighs about what, 75 pounds a piece?
50, 60 pounds.
Yeah. And they both are on the ground. We have not put that onto the truck. So, considering that we charged the customer $300 here, and that's $100, George says, how many more trucks like that? About 4 more. We actually gave Mason a good price. Now, guys, I just want to tell y'all this, and I'm trying to explain this to y'all. So when you go to a person's house, that you actually get the price correct. We gave him a great deal at $300. But now let's talk about the email that I sent him. All right, guys, so I'm going to read the email that I actually sent Mason about the debris that we picked up. And this will be the whole email complete. Sorry for the confusion, Mason. You are right about the debris and how long it took us to remove it, but I want to kind of explain to you why. Mason, you are correct that we charge $100 for an F1 pickup load, which is equivalent to 2 yards of debris or trash with a 6-foot bed and height of 3 feet. And it's actually 2.5 feet. So I was just estimating at this point. The truck that we brought today was not an F-150. It was an F-550 with a bed of 12 foot long and 4 foot high. Unlike the F-150, it can only be loaded, which can only be loaded to 3 feet. Ours can be loaded to 4 feet. Well, the cardboard was not an issue, Mason. Altogether, it probably weighed about 100 pounds, only because it was wet. The bags of trash were all heavy, weighing about 50 pounds or less, which you have estimated 13 bags, which, considering George said about 17 or 18 bags. I was underestimating when I sent this yesterday, guys. Your total weight of bags was about 500 pounds. The 2 huge 8-foot plyboards were about 75 pounds each, which is a total of about 150 pounds. The bike, which is on the ground right here, was about 40 pounds, and the branches and leaves were about another 40 pounds. So all considering, the estimated total weight of your removal was a little over 800 pounds. At this point, it's way over 800 pounds because we didn't know about the extra bags. With the commercial dump fee of $52, well, things are gonna get a little sneaky here. As you notice, Mason, we loaded our vehicle well over 5.5 feet, which normally not something that we do, but since you're a customer, we took care of you. Your load had over 9 yards of trash or more. I think we can both agree that this trash would never fit in F-150. Why is that, George? Because we just proved it. Assuming that not accounted for is the cardboard, the branches, the bike, and the 8-foot boards. Your trash has not been legally weighed, Mason, but I will assure you that it will weigh over 800 pounds. I totally agree with you and your wife that you are due an explanation of why I charged you $300, but let's negotiate a better price. With all the information above mentioned, Mason, I think we can adjust the price to at least $200. I await your negotiation. So guys, at this point, I was just awaiting for him to tell me how much he was considered to pay me. But I did not stop there, guys. I told him, I will not cash this check that you wrote me yesterday. I would rather not even have $1 of your money. If we can't make this correct, $300 will not definitely make us or break us. But losing a customer like you, Mason, and your wife is way more important to me. Let me know what you think. We deserve to get paid something, but I definitely know $100 is not appropriate for a job like this. Thanks, Ricardo. Well, guys, here's what happened. I did tear up the check, and Mason did reach out to me immediately, and he said, this is his comment to me. You know what? Thanks, Ricardo. I really appreciate such a quick response, and the explanation makes totally 100% sense. Also, my apologies for being a cheap ass, and I'm gonna tell you, he's not a cheap ass. He's 100%, Mason is not a cheap ass. I've charged him $300 on other occasions. I hope $200 is fair to you, and I don't mind adjusting it to that. That works for me. Also, I don't want to screw you over by any means. I was just a little surprised by the price of $300 and knew I couldn't pay that on a forward basis. In the future, I don't think that's something he wanted to pay. Do you have Venmo? I will send you the $200 if you're okay with that. You know what? It's okay, guys, because I'm going to tell you something. I don't want to lose. Is he behind me? He's behind me. No,
I got to work.
The thing is, I don't want to lose a customer like Mason and his wife. They do supply a lot of money for me, and I see future monies with them. So I think this was the best idea for this. I might lose on this job, but you know what? I won't lose a customer, and I think that's more important in the long run. All right, guys, so I wanted to show you what we did. There it is. We loaded an F-150 with trash, and now we got to do double work by putting it back in there. No charge to Mason, my friend. Mason, I look forward to you, and I will be forwarding this video, Mason, just to tell him that. Thanks, but your email to me made me do a great video like this. So, above all,
Appreciate it.
we really appreciate it. From me and George.
Bye, guys.